Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of G&A Podcast. I am the form of Oni's Doppel, Jubidu.
And I'm your favorite magical girl cult leader, Sobroni.
Welcome back to G&A Podcast. We talk about all things anime. Let's get into our first segment, which is titled This Week in Anime. So I have two things. One, a Studio Dean produces 5-minute Samurai and Shogun short for Rick and Morty animated series.
Oh yeah, I saw that actually like a few minutes ago before we called each other.
Yeah, so that's super interesting. I've only watched literally like 2 episodes of Rick and Morty, but that's enough to know that the stories is very funny. Yes, I know.
What?
How dare I? How dare I be? How dare I'm even more? I'm counterculturing the counterculture. Yeah, I'd be down to watch this though.
Yeah, it was extremely gory, which is in line with the show. So I appreciate. I'm shocked that they got Studio Dean to do it. Of all the studios, I'm like, why Dean?
I don't know, but Studio Dean's like pretty good, so yeah.
You tell that to Umineko, and we'll figure it out.
Okay, their animation is really good.
Yeah, you tell it to Fate Stay Night 2006.
Okay, that's 2006. We're in 2020. They had 14 years to get their shit together.
I haven't moved on. I have not. I have not moved on.
Trust me, I have also not forgotten. I have not forgotten. Me specifically will never forget. Absolutely, God. If I ever had one wish, I had to do with time travels. Like I wish I saw Studio Dean's Fate Stay Night first before watching Limited Blade Works.
Well, you know, it may not be. Well, technically, this is not part of our news, but we are getting a remake of of Higurashi in July. Yeah, so maybe there's hope for
they're gonna do it remake. Right. So that's the first bit of news. Second bit of news is what did you eat yesterday? Manga gets a live action film in 2021.
Never heard of it.
Basically, it's just about a gay couple who we're just enjoying life while eating.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a lot looter based on the title.
It's not. Wow.
Like, whoa, where's this going?
Oh, bitch, I just don't have it in me to deal with you today. Yeah, this manga is more or less critically acclaimed. Apparently they had the live action series already, and now they're getting the movie. So apparently I know what I'm reading for the next couple of days. Because I know this existed, I just forgot it existed.
Is there an actual anime, or is there just live action stuff?
It's just
live action. That's weird.
Live action. That is weird.
Manga to be adapted into a live action.
Oh my god, I feel like this is like the gay version of the stuff that you like. It's just we're just.
Is it like K-On but gay?
It's like K-On but prettier and we're eating and gay. So yeah. Well, either way, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I think that's it for my news.
My news is kind of similar to that, in that we're getting new Strike Witch anime. So there's going to be a new Strike Witches anime in October called Strike Witches Road to Berlin. They released a trailer for it. Looks pretty dope. There hasn't really been a great Strike Witches anime since the original. All the other ones are kind of forgettable. But I'm hoping, because it is a good franchise, I do... contrary to popular belief, I don't just like it because they don't wear pants. I think the lore is interesting and the characters are interesting, and I'm a military nut, so I like the whole World War II references and all that stuff. So I think it does a good job. Hopefully this.
I love how you say all the other series are unforgettable, but but the series has a good track record. If the only good one is
because the first one was so good that it was like it was
it's not a good series. Got it.
It is it's a great series. It's like, all right, let's put it this way. It's a great franchise. It's a great franchise that has been mistreated since the first season. Is all I'm gonna say. Also, there's going to be another Strike Witches anime coming out in 2021. However, and this is gonna make your blood boil. The synopsis for the 2021 anime is the story is going to center on a unique squadron of witches who don't fight. Instead, they sing and perform music to protect the smiles of those who've been driven out of their hometowns by the war. So it's an idol Strike Witches anime.
Wow, I didn't think it could get more stupid.
Maybe they'll all be cat girls, which actually is a thing in Strike Witchverse. So we can have a cat girl Strike Witches idol anime. Perfect. Everything is as it should be with the world. And yeah, that is my news. So looking forward to that, at least the October release. So all of that out of the way, what do you say we just move on into our review?
God, yes.
Of Ishuzoku Reviewers episode 12, the final episode on this beautiful series.
Yes, nothing better than get the taste of cat girl idols than.
We'll come back to the taste of cat girl idols very soon in this podcast. So.
Oh God, don't remind me. So yeah, this is very much a let's review what we learned kind of episode.
It kind of felt like a weird recap in a sense, but it wasn't a recap.
Exactly.
It was just like everything came back full circle, which I appreciate.
It was fine.
I love the demon hole. I like the fact that they finally went back to the place. Like, they didn't just throw it away. You know, they actually revisited the plot point of going to the demon hole. Yeah. Demons are cute.
Although I will say I would have rather seen the H scenes with the demons as opposed to towards the end with the Dream Eaters. Because, I've already seen that. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That is, I wish they had spent more time with the demons because there was a lot of potential.
They literally just skipped over, and they're like, let's talk about demons and why we are the way we are. And
I will say though, they get points for actually having the Death Abyss and Demia little interaction. That scene was great. And I'm glad we got some Death Abyss fan service, because I would have taken a point off of this show if they teased me with Death Abyss 10 episodes ago and did not show her in any kind of fan service way. So, much appreciated. Also, the conversation was just funny.
Yeah, that was actually pretty funny. They're like, do you know how prostitutes have sex in the world? What do they do without magic? And they're like, they just use rubber. And they're like, what?
Gross. Also, it kind of opens up a whole new lore aspect to the show that now that we know that they know there's another world and all this shit, and there's isekai potential.
Yeah, exactly, because they talk about people coming from our world. So so they just put in the isekai tag onto it.
Which is what I love about the show. It's just like the casual world building aspect of it. Like, this world is so much more fleshed out than it has any right to be.
Yeah, that is one thing I really liked about this anime as a whole. I thought that was so. I felt so. I don't know how I felt when they did when they cut to
the mid episode cuts. You mean?
Yeah, the mid episode.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna bring that one up.
Yeah, how could I not? It was from junk. What the hell?
Yeah, in exquisite detail, completely just there. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's fitting if there is a final transition card it's that.
If there was ever one, it was like, God, you saw the whole thing. You saw the head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Jesus. Whew. Also, I loved when Of all people, Krim is the one just taking down like beliefs. Like everyone's like praying, and he's like prayer.
Oh, he like destroys their whole religion.
Why would I pray? God was listening. I would have been up in heaven already.
Yeah, I'm like,
Clearly it doesn't work.
Clearly prayer doesn't work, guys. He's like, Krim, no, you're so corrupted.
And then after everyone's done, like Happy New Year, everyone's just like all depressed because an angel's announcing their fate.
Oh, also we had the Virgin finally became a wizard at the end. I'm glad we got that plot point wrapped up.
Yes, wrapped up very nicely. Finally became a wizard, and now he can go and have all the sex he wants as a wizard.
It's a happy ending for everybody.
It makes me sad because I know no matter now how hard I try, I'll never become a wizard.
I know.
Damn it.
Too bad. I think so. Overall, your impressions of the series.
I think this series overall, like, it was good. Like like you got what you came for.
Yeah.
Not too more, not too less. Just very, very on the nose. Very, 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 very few episodes where I was left unsatisfied.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe one, maybe two tops. Maybe. So yeah, overall, I can't give a score.
Yeah, you can give your score.
I give it a 9. It's a 9 because in addition to all that, it also, like, as we said before, this is one of the anime that could potentially redefine like the ecchi genre.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's gonna be that show. Like every time I watch an ecchi now, I'm just gonna be comparing it to like Ishuzoku Reviewers. It's gonna be like my benchmark. I think it did a great job of just being funny consistently.
Yeah.
On top of just being like it. Usually, if you have an ecchi show, they kind of fall flat on their face because they're just stupid without, it's sexy, but it's not. There's no real substance to it. It's just here's tits on the screen. I feel like
DxD.
Yeah, like High School DxD to some extent. So I feel like this actually, like I said, it did a whole bunch of things that went above and beyond. It was funny. They had world building. I love the characters. I love Krim a lot as a character.
Yeah, the whole Krim. What they did with Krim, like literally introducing like food question mark. Like that has. I don't watch too much ecchi to.
Well, yeah, that's definitely new.
That's a new thing, right? Yeah.
I think this show broke a lot of ground for an ecchi. Like they definitely broke down some barriers. So this is like the Magica of ecchi anime, pretty much. Like I expect for the coming decade for it to be like a bunch of ecchi anime that are going to try to copy this formula. Like let's just really push the envelope and put as much crazy shit as we can on the screen. And do a bunch of monster girls and stuff. So
I'm still waiting for a gay ecchi to happen.
I'm sure that'll happen too.
Like not just like yaoi kind of where it's just like same formula, but we're kind of having sex. Like no, I want it like that, but like this and funny
and great and all that stuff. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Exactly.
It breaks new ground. So I'm also gonna give it a 9. I agree. Definitely glad we watched it.
Yes, guys, if you're into ecchi and into ecchi comedy, this scratches that itch completely. I feel like anyone who is into those things have probably already seen this already.
Definitely, but if you lived under a rock for some time or something, reason. Yeah, this is one you need to check out as far as ecchi comedies are going.
All right, now let us move on to Twaru Kakaku no Railgun T episode 9. Yes.
Lots of plot.
It was a lot of plot things. Like I'm trying to like say something about it without just going into like, oh well, here's what happened. But that's like all I can say about it is that this is what happened. um, I love how when the woman with the bone sword that literally looks like Quetz's weapon, but like downgraded.
Right, red version.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, we're gonna fight," and then even the main villain is like, "Shit, I don't know what's gonna happen with this crazy Aztec magic."
Fuck this Aztec shit. I'm out of here.
Exactly. She did. She was like, this is too scary for me.
I found that this episode was more so than the other episodes. I felt like this was more tough to swallow. This felt more like Index than any of the other episodes so far because it was just so much happening and it kept jumping from perspective to perspective. I did like it was easier to follow than Index though. Still,
yeah,
it definitely. Still is. But I was liking the moments with, of course, Shokuho, her taking over the guards and shit, and she's just walking, and the guy's like, we're gonna fire, and then they all just fire on him. That was great. I love that scene.
I like Misaka in her little suit. That was she's kind of cute in that.
Or like when they meet up and the guy, and then Shogo's like, oh, he's gonna shoot you right after he turns the corner, and she's like, yeah, I know, I don't need your help. And they just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm still going to get the jump on you, even both of them know. And then Card gets taken out. I love how the librarian is responsible for so much intel. And she's like, hi, I'm just a random character. Here to tell you all the stuff that's probably most definitely happening. Like, it was almost like, okay, is she more than the librarian? I just feel like you're just giving a lot for a non-existing character.
Yeah, for some side character, you sure know a lot about what the fuck is going on.
Exactly. Like, it was just weird to get so much exposition and clarity based on what's happening, based off a rumor from a librarian.
Maybe they'll come full circle. I like the fake out at the end too, where Shogo was faked out, and the guy was like directly talking to her while talking to the other guy, exactly. And the other guy's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
He's like, "I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the stupid bitch that is going to try to catch you. That's why I'm talking to you, Shokuko." By the time you're listening to this, it's too late.
I love that.
That was so cool.
That was really cool. And yeah, I just like seeing Shokuho and Misaki together. Like, they have a really fun duo thing going on where they just don't trust each other and they're constantly bumping heads. I just love that.
Literally.
Yeah, literally at the end. Yeah, drive away.
They turn to the left and they both say, and they're like, boom. And they're like, ah.
I love their interactions with each other. I am mad that they still just found a way to put Toma in for a random couple of scenes. Like, okay, here's Toma. He's still here, by the way. I'm like, it just makes me think he's going to show up later and inadvertently save the day.
Ugh. Well, yeah, there's like 15 episodes left, so probably. Yeah,
it was a decent episode. I still enjoy the story arc so far. It's a bit longer. It's funny because Index story arcs were like 3 episodes to do a whole fucking war in England, and now we're having like a 10 episodes to do a little arc in Railgun. Like, where's the sense of pacing here? So
I prefer this pace.
Yeah, I definitely prefer this pace, but we'll see if they can keep it up. Hopefully.
Yes, we shall. Okay, let's move on to Magia Record Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica Gaiden, episode 12? 13. Okay, I just really confused myself. I don't know why. I wrote down the right number and everything. Which means I thought we were watching
trust yourself.
12. I didn't at all. You're absolutely
when
right.
You don't trust your own nose. By the way, my episode of the week.
Oh, same.
Yeah, this was the moment I have been waiting for since the show started.
The moment I feel like they're like, okay, we're not gonna do it right out the gate, episode 3.
Like, they were just gonna hold on to it until episode 13. And then we'll mindfuck everyone. Yeah, this felt like a movie. Like, the animation was so good and everything was just going crazy. Like, they stepped it up. God.
Just so much shit was happening. Just so much. Oh my goodness.
We had Mami being the final boss of all people.
Of all people.
I'm like, God damn it, Mami.
I'm like, stop bugging us. You're gonna watch her die again? No.
I know. Yo, she had the Ultra Super Saiyan mode, though. That was great, watching her become
her doppel form.
Her doppel form's OP. I don't like that, but it's way stronger than the other ones.
Absolutely.
She's just amazing. Fucking infinite gunfire.
And then, I was just like, Gate of Babylonia?
Yeah, it was very Gate of Babylon. We got a random Miki Sayaka just randomly showing up.
Sayaka just shows up, she's like, yo, sup?
The only part I didn't like was when Iroha had her doppel out, and then what's her name? Yachio was just like, oh yeah, I could use this too.
Sorry, I'm not mentioning, but I can also do this.
I'm like, what? It's like randomly, like, is this gonna be like the Super Saiyan moment where only Goku could do it? And it was like this big thing, and then suddenly Goten and shit, like, oh yeah, by the way, we're Super Saiyans too, guys. Now everyone has a doppel. But yeah, no, this was just, there was action up the ass all over the place. Yeah. The fight scene was great. I'm glad we actually got a good doppel fight scene, because all the fights with doppels have been like, colors everywhere and nothing actual solid. So we actually got a lot of solid action. I want to show you, there was a gore moment that...
Yeah, which I apparently did not catch.
It lasted for like 2 frames. I'm going to send it to you on Discord now, where it's when Sayaka was trying to block Mami's shot, and then her arm just gets blown up and ripped off.
Oh! I remember that. I actually remember that. Okay, so it was weird because, like, did it grow back?
It grows back instantly. It only lasts for like a frame, and like you just see her arm blow up and then grow back.
No, I thought I saw it. Mm-hmm. I just swear I saw it, but it grew back so quickly.
Exactly.
I was like, did I see what I thought I just saw? Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it was really, really cool, and it was like the animation was so fluid; it went perfectly well with each other. So that was great. But of course, my favorite moment is the whole ending. The whole ending speech, and all the fucking Wing of Magius people are just all of the good guys. Fucking seeing Kaide there, seeing Felicia there.
Felicia definitely is not under any control.
No, she's just really easy to manipulate.
She's like, fine, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tsuruno was turned.
They were all turned except Reina. Reina's the only one who's like, I ain't about this life. And even then, they were like, you ain't going anywhere, bitch.
Yeah, I don't think Felicia is... I don't know. The fact they didn't show, like, the glossiness in her eyes, I'm like, that means something.
You think she might convert back or something, or is just a double agent?
I think she's playing with them for now. Like, Shaft, they are not the kind of people who do that stuff. Mm-hmm. On purpose. I mean, by accident. They don't just do that to do that. That's definitely a reason why. Yeah,
I think so. And I'm just, like, the plot actually... I'm sad that the plot is actually going somewhere now. It took 12 episodes to get to this point for it to actually be like, oh shit, something is happening now. And it ends. So now we have to wait for a second season to see what the fuck is happening. Because it ended on a giant cliffhanger.
Yeah, I mean... The second season's already been announced.
Yeah, it has. Did they say when it was? It was like October or something?
Shit, hold on, wait. I'm trying to get the date.
I don't know if they gave the date.
I don't think they released one either.
Damn. I hope it's soon, because I really, really want to. I hope it's the summer. I would love... I need to see more of this. It took so long to get here. That song at the end was great too, like that exit, last ending song. It was just everything.
In some ways, it kind of reminded me of Code Geass when Lelouch like finally is like on top, and everyone's like, "Oh, hey, Lelouch!" But,
yeah, it was like that, except in an evil way because the Toka. Also, I love Toka. Toka's now my favorite villain.
Yeah, I know. I figured. I was like, she's a very intelligent lolly who's it's like it is. I have more questions. I just have so many more questions. This whole thing left me with so many more questions. Like, who is responsible for the hypnotization of everyone? What is their plan?
Yeah, we got like no information. It was all just set up.
It was all just set up. What is their plan for, to liberate all the magical girls from the evil feats of the QA? Like, I don't understand anything what's happening. Also, what the fuck do they plan on doing with Walpurgis Night?
Yeah, see, that's all stuff that's going to be answered, hopefully, in the next season. So what are we going to give this a score, or is it still like we're going to wait for the next season?
No, you have to give it a score. This is because the next season never stops.
I mean, it just feels so unfinished, though. Like, it feels like it just started now.
Okay, well then you can use that to factor into your score.
Okay. I guess. I will say the show got better once I stopped trying to compare it to the original Magica, because I don't think it's the same.
It definitely isn't, because the Magica because that was from beginning to end, period.
I feel like the original Magica was first of all, it was a self-contained story. It was not a self-contained story. It was like a whole lot bigger. But also the original Magica felt more like it was like an action/tragedy drama. This one is a lot more of just like a mystery.
Yeah, it's more mystery.
It's a mystery series. It's not as much of a tragedy or it's a bit of tragedy, but it's not as obviously not as crazy as Madoka. They're not going to be fucking killing off main characters and going all this crazy dark shit. It's just a little bit dark, but it still keeps the same motif and great art style and everything. So looking at it from that lens, I think it's a really, really good spin-off of Madoka. And I do want to see more, and I think it did a really good job of still subverting expectations and still keeping a great mystery. And the cast is pretty good. So I'm going to give it an 8.
Same. Oh my god, that was my score.
Yeah. I just need a little bit more like actual substance to the mystery, which I'm hoping we get in season 2. I just want
exactly. Season that's the only reason why it gets an 8 is because all of it. It feels like if I was playing Higurashi or Mineko, like this would be the question arc, because that's all I get from it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a question arc. I need the answer arc now.
Exactly. But if it is just a question arc, then it did what it needed to do. It was still very pretty. Everything was pretty. Everything like that. It still kept that whole the whole Madoka feel that we love and enjoy. And I think next season is really gonna blow us all away. Like I have really high expectations.
Yeah, I have sky high expectations for the season 2. There shouldn't be any kind of like slow down. Like we had a few slow episodes in this series where it was just like set up. I feel like the second season needs to be really fast paced. It needs to be constant with the action, because we have all our characters and our setup now.
Yes. Where the fuck is Yui? Can we find out where this Yui person is?
Find out in season 3.
Yui is actual person.
All right. So that was Madoka. Let's change gears
drastically.
Total 180 to Nekopara episode 12. Also the last episode.
Well, it was a beach episode.
Finally. Oh man. Jeez. Finally a fan service episode.
I mean, for the last time, I do enjoy Coconut and Akashi?
It's
something.
Azuki,
sorry. I see them go back doing the noise. Like, I love when they do that.
That was cute.
Because I know at first when you first heard that, you were very like, whoa, they're sounding a lot more like cats than what I'm used to.
Yeah. I I'm glad to say I got over that hump. I now can fully lewd them even when they're in cat mode. So I'm proud of myself for getting over that psychological barrier. They were super cute and super attractive in that like underwear shot, by the way. This episode was just the same. It was just more fan servicey.
Yeah.
The beach part was just, I was like going in and out. It was just like, oh, we're at the beach. It was like the most generic just beach episode. Like, we're at the beach. We're shopping for swimsuits. We lost Cacao for the 25th time. How many times are you going to use this plot? We lost Cacao. I don't fucking know. Every episode you lose her like 7 goddamn times.
Can she just stay lost?
Can she stay lost? Or can you guys like just put her on a leash? This is what leashes are for. But yeah, no, it was just really... The girls are cute.
You know who I really, like, who I never thought I would pay so much more attention to, but I saw and I really liked, and from a physical standpoint, I guess found her look aesthetic. Vanilla. I thought she was very pretty this episode.
Vanilla's always pretty. I love her.
She's always pretty, but even more so this episode, she stood out. I think it's definitely because she had her hair let down.
Yeah.
So she definitely looked different. But I just tend to like girls with their hair down. In just terms of looks. So, just having her hair down, like she just looked, a little more mature, a little more grown. She was very pretty. I don't know.
I liked the little sister this episode because she got into her full crazy cat mode, which she doesn't do enough of. So I appreciated her whole.
Yeah, they're like, it's the last episode. Let's make her crazy or whatever.
Let her stalk her own cats. So I guess overall, who's ready? I go first. You go first.
Yeah, I go first.
Yeah.
I still give it a 5. It is literally just down the middle for me. I like the only thing that it would be lower, but the animation doesn't make me want to kill myself. They had their little jokes. Like the jokes gave me a chuckle every now and then. But outside of that, this was just so boring.
Man, this is gonna be this is ironic because I'm giving it a 4.5.
Wow.
So what you're saying is you enjoyed Nekopara more than I did.
No, I was trying to be practical.
I get where you're coming from because it's just I'm thinking 5 because it's just the definition of average.
Are you taking off a 0.5 because of Cacao?
Yes, I am literally taking off a 0.5 because of Cacao and how many times he's like, "God damn, Cacao is lost," and how they threw away like the first 4 episodes of the season on Cacao nonsense. If it wasn't for Cacao, I would have literally given this a 5 or 5.5. But anything that has to do with Cacao just killed my brain. And other than that, yeah, this is just the epitome of average. Like at its best, it is the most generic and average anime I've ever seen. Anytime we think of, we debate something like, when you say a man's show is so generic, I'm gonna be like, really? Is it Nekopara? This is my new Gindo Guardians. This is the new metric of what is a generic anime to me.
Yes, except Gindo Guardian isn't generic. It's just bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. I'd rather watch Nekopara than Gindo Guardian.
I actually disagree.
Well, you say that until we have to watch Gindo Guardian season 3.
It was stupid and it was bad. At least it was memeable. This anime is just a corpse dressed up in cat ears.
We might get King's Game season 2 eventually.
Oh, please. Oh, I would love that.
I just pictured the girl setting herself on fire. This is I'm on fire. That actually be the episode 1. Yeah.
cafeteria table, and the game begins over again. And they're like, "Wait, did you jump into the sea?"
Yeah, no, this show is just average. It doesn't even have the benefit of Gendo Guardian or King's Game, where it's so bad you can at least meme off of it. This is just, there's not even memes. It's just,
there's no meme.
Where are the memes?
It's just that.
It's just there. Just is. It is. It is.
It is
there. It is like whipped cream. It is just filler, and it tastes of nothing. Ironically, there is no cat named Whipped Cream. What a missed opportunity. All right.
Wait, why is that?
I mean, they're all named everything else: cinnamon, cacao, fucking vanilla, chocolate.
Yeah,
where's the whipped cream?
Because that's 2 words.
First and last name.
No, that's
fine. Just name her Cream.
Okay, that's fair.
Fine. Anywho, naming conventions aside.
Like, this is some cat names 101.
Yeah. That'll be season 2. They'll run into Cream. Cream the cat. Alright, let's finish off with a bit of a high note with Hero Academia, season 4, episode 24.
I think I want to name my cat Ketchup, but anyways,
that's a good name. If it's like a
right?
like an orangey or red cat, I like that.
Exactly. Speaking of small things that must be taken care of, is this like a time skip?
If it is, it's like a super small one.
A small one, yeah. No, because it skips to it being fall, and Eri has longer hair, different hair. She has different hair, and her horn is growing back.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I'll be honest with you, she looked the same to me.
I mean, they kind of literally pointed out that her thing was growing back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but no one gives a fuck about that. More importantly, I say as I'm going to take a lot of hate for that statement.
Don't worry, I'll be there with you. I'll stand for that opinion.
The kitty people visit.
The pussycats, yeah.
Yeah, the pussycats. Which is good to see them again, considering all the horrible crap they went through.
Yo, if they bring back the pussycats, they better fucking bring back Gentle. Because I forgot those pussycats even existed, but I'll never forget Gentle. He needs to come back. Continue.
Word. Agreed. Excuse me. And they are brought back to talk about the bulk of the show, or this episode, which is the Heroes Billboard, which announces the official rankings.
I do like that concept. Like that concept of just having like a Billboard top 10, but for superheroes. I think that's pretty dope. Although I feel like they should have. I don't know. I'm not sure how I felt about that ranking. I don't know why Endeavor is number 1. Like, is it just a pure strength ranking, or is it because at the beginning they were just like, oh, it's a measure of how safe and happy you make people? And
I mean. Wow, no one really wants to fuck with Endeavor, basically.
Yeah.
I almost feel sad for him, even though he definitely did that to himself. Excuse me. But he's probably, like, saved a lot of lives in, like, very huge ways. Like, more to the point where he is number 1.
Yeah, I guess
Like, and I think it's a mix of that and like how broken his ability is, because number 2 is also broken. I'm thinking, can he just fly? And he's like, oh no,
his wings like, just fucking do everything.
Yeah, I'm the feather bender.
I loved Hawks. Yeah, Hawks that's his name, right? Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks.
Hawks. This show does such a great job of just making really likable characters that are so distinct and interesting, because I went through this whole thing of Hawks, like, man, Hawks is a dick at the beginning of the episode, to being like, man, Hawks is one of my favorite characters on the show by the end of this episode, because he's just so nonchalant and cool. Like, something about this show just brings out my inner kid, and if I was like 12 or 13 or 14, I could see myself like thinking he's the coolest fucking guy ever, which apparently everyone in his town thinks too.
Yeah. And I love that because they use that as a very painful reminder of how low-key unpopular like Endeavor is.
Yeah.
No, or maybe not so much as unpopular, but like standoffish she comes off as. Like when he comes up to the kid being like, "It's okay, you don't have to hold yourself back." And he's like, "Oh my god, you're supposed to be cool. That's the whole point of your charm."
Endeavor doesn't do fan service.
My fantasy's ruined.
Yeah, I liked how the Endeavor like actual development that we've gotten recently, like just seeing him struggle to be a more approachable hero and live up to make a change is very compelling. I like his story. God damn it, anime, stop making me like characters I'm not supposed to like.
I mean, they're not trying. I feel like they're doing with him what they did with Bakugo. Where Bakugo was very one note. And then they're like, oh, let's add some complexity or some kind of conflict to this character. But now that All Might has retired, they're like, oh, well, we have this character who's number 2 becoming number 1. Let's make this a storyline. Which, that's a good story. Like, it's very fascinating to see how he struggles to, step into the limelight as a new number 1 hero.
Yeah, that's true. We also got the everyone's favorite hero, the bunny girl, who I loved. She was great too.
Yeah, I'm like,
I've seen so much fan art of her, by the way. I'm like,
sure
who is she?
I'm like, is someone fucking someone from DW and they saw the designs for Canis and they're like, I'm gonna do that and give her bunny ears.
Yeah, this is Canis but in bunny form. Canis bunny. So yeah, now I like the characters, I like the concept. This arc looks like it could be interesting. They're finally going back to the Nomus and all that stuff, so although there's only one more episode, so I'm like, all right, where's this gonna go? Like,
it's gonna be just one giant fight, and then they're like, "Whoa, where did the Nomus come from?" And that's it. I guarantee.
That's gonna suck though, because it's gonna be like a giant cliffhanger ending, and I'm gonna be like, stay tuned for season 5.
Yeah, season 5.
Season 5 in 2021.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, fine. Just know that it's gonna affect my rating because it did for season 3 as well. Because it kind of ended on a weird spot. God, can you just please end on good spots?
This is not as weird of a spot. Last spot was like weird. Oh, here's all these high school kids. Let's just show you how powerful they are by them beating up the crap out of all these characters for no reason. That was a weird way to end it. Well, I don't think this is gonna happen. Nah.
We'll see. We'll see, and we'll see if it impacts our score as well. But with that said, I think we've reached the end of our episode this week. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you can catch us every week as the podcast goes up. If you haven't already, do join the party on our Discord, follow us on Twitter, and follow us on Twitch. You can even become a patron like all these lovely patrons on screen right now, which will give you access to the members-only portion of our Discord, as well as the ability to vote on games and anime that we cover on the podcast, which, if you're watching this video and you are a member, or you're thinking of becoming a member, you can vote on the Spring 2020 anime now. I'll put a poll link in the description as well, so you guys I can't, because only members can see it. Check Discord or Patreon for the link, and vote for which anime you want us to see next season, because that is coming up now.
Yup.
And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, just don't vote for anything dumb, because I'm gonna treat just like I treat Nekopara.
He's gonna give it a 5. He's gonna give it a higher score than I got.
Exactly, but it was still no skin off my nose. So, dude, like, whatever you want me to give an honest opinion on.
I can't wait till they make us watch fucking Shadowverse.
Oh, then I'll be like, wow, for 13 episodes, I actually just played the game. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because that's how I rate the game.
I'll be like, yeah, 1 out of 10. I'm still B rank later.
No.
All right, guys. Until next time, this has been Sobroni, and
Doobie-doo.
we'll catch you guys later. Later.
Bye.